Hey, hello guys. The party has ended. Or the right time I say, because today is the 18th, it marks the end. The party ends. So guys, there are several things I want to talk about the party that have just ended or the party that is just ending today. I mean, today is the packing day. Guys are packing and preparing to get back to the default setting. First of all, I want to thank I Am Marwa for having created that day and made it so successful that people travel all over the world, natively, regionally, and internationally, to gather at I Am Marwa place to meet and content create. Well exhibited. Guys, the party has been so successful going forward. That is not in doubt. And if you are still on doubt and doubting everything, therefore your doubtfulness, sometimes you are the problem that we have as a human being in the society. You are the problem. And you know, sometimes I also consider that even the people who consume your content are more problem than you. So this is a worrisome. If you cannot see the successful in that party, therefore you are part of the biggest problem in this world. Maybe you ought to have been created some kind of food we could have dispensed of you long time ago. You could have been feasted on during this party going forward. Well, before I state the success of this gracious party, I want to disabuse the notion and I want to put it clear. Some kind of false promises that were proclaimed, that were announced publicly, that never happened. The doom's prophets have been proved wrong going forward. Do you remember when they said I Am Marwa party or I Am Marwa party will never happen? Do you recall when they were loudly speaking along the YouTube street that people will diarrhea in that party? Do you recall when they were speaking and talking that people will get malaria? Do you recall when they call that party will never happen? Do you remember when they despicably speak so loudly, terming party as a scam, that people will never arrive at that party? Do you remember and recall when they spoke and called it loud that there shall never be any international visitor arriving to that party? Do you remember and recall that that party won't even take place, that people will not come? Do you remember when they say the house won't be completed? Do you recall when they spoke through cheek and tongue and said loudly that I Am Marwa will never achieve, that the expenses of that party is too much, that having party within 30 days, I Am Marwa can never and will never manage? Guys, what have you just seen and what have just happened and what has just been concluded right now? Was it not a party? As the international visitors arrived or they didn't, as the YouTuber connected, meet each other, create content, or they never. Were people fed or not? Were there rooms or not? Were there Airbnbs or not? Were there El Ninos or not? Did people get swallowed by the ground or by the earthquake that was promised? No. The only earthquake that we saw on the way of the earthquake was Ayamarapati. That is the earthquake that was full within the YouTube street. It was the tsunami, both natively and internationally, and it attracted very many people, so people came. What followed next were the successes of such stories. So before we delve into success of the story, that really shows you how problematic these negative reactors always are. It shows you how lazy they are. It shows you how hatred and how morbid jealous they are towards I Am Marwa going forward. It also shows you how they are not serious with their content going forward. It always shows you how they have taken their audience just for a ride. It also shows you that the negative reactors are the part of the society that risk owing people into a leftist wing, which sometimes is not so constructive, but always delude people with their constant lies going forward. It shows you that they are a big problem of the society and the enemy of progress going forward. It also shows you that their audience are also a problem. They're contributing much of the problem to them, because as of now, what they have seen and what they've been consuming from these fellow negative reactors is not coming forth, and they continue cheering. You know, it's like somebody leading you into a slaughterhouse and want to slaughter you, and you are headed there with him or with her going forward. None of the things they prophesied, none of the things they proclaimed, none of the things they talked about never happened going forward. In fact, what happened? People gathered. Networkings were created. People were happy. And we saw success. We saw love. And we saw very many things that happened. So if you're a prophet of doom, that you always pick things that are not making sense, sometimes I wonder. Everybody saw. All people came. People arrived with whatever vessels they had at their own disposal. People showcased charity. People showcased culture, and we learned several cultures. That really speaks one thing boldly, that I Am Marwa has just created the global village within Nyabohande. That I Am Marwa is love, that I Am Marwa carry in itself that positive aura that always brings people together, that is always magnetic, that whatever is said and affirmed, people shall converge around it, and it must come to pass. Just like we've just seen. When he started talking about party, people were against. People talk a lot of rubbish things. All these things never happened. Although it happened, challenges always get people along the way, whether you planned or not planned. you must experience challenges. And in fact, these were foreseen or foreseeable challenges, and they were rectified going forward. So guys, if you're coming across this channel for the very first time, kindly take a moment or two, subscribe to this channel. To my returning subscriber, may God bless you for your support that you've been giving me. Guys, you can leave the comment as we are going to discuss the successes of this party going forward. Let's dive in after a short while. Welcome back for this segment again. Now, let's delve in on the success of this party that were created by A.M QAROL going forward. The number one success is like the global village came together at A.M QAROL and people graced that party going forward. That alone strengthened the relationship among the YouTube creator, among the visitors, and it also cements the social networking of A.M QAROL and plus any other content creator going forward. That's number one. Of course, you saw people traveling right from Europe, America, from Jamaica. People travel regionally along with within East Africa and Africa at large. People were there. So you cannot doubt it. If you want the receipt, go back to A.M QAROL channel or any other content creator that were there at A.M QAROL. You will be seeing all those receipts. Another one, it was people gathered at A.M QAROL. And there are instances where the charity also ensued. We saw children getting gifts. We saw even a kid being adopted and being sponsored back to school. Lauded. Gifts given to children and clothes going forward. These are good things that we also have to talk about. Another one, we saw people getting work and tender to showcase their talent and work to mint money. People get calls right from abroad regionally to go work just because they were available by A.M QAROL. That's number three. Another success, number four, is, every YouTube content creator walked out with a gift and were blessed. If it's not t-shirt, if it's not GoPro, if it's not CCTV, if it's not trolley, everything, and each and every day there were competition gifted. Another success, number five, most channels that came here, they're empty. More channels were created, other channels were monetized, and people are walking out there with real money made from the content within A.M QAROL compound. Number six, the business networking and alliances created. You could see Mr. Daniel, you could see Steve J1, you could see the Jungle Legacy, and you could see this Nigerian Kenneth Mwanche. These people came and coalesced and they want to start business and networking. The US and the Africa, the business going forward, it was launched big time. Another success story is employment were created. Those who came to look for work got work. Those who came to look for tender got tender. Are you there? And all manner of things were in that party. Another greatest one is the content created, meet and greet. And last but not least, the entertainment going forward was awesome. And again, the marwa has just achieved that milestone. The milestone was to open its house, grace that occasion, and thank people for always supporting him, and that milestone was achieved, and that party was conducted successfully without any kind of sickness, without any kind of critical or serious sickness. Others that you feel there, it's just fatigue. That's obvious. Are you there? It was so successful. So if you're negative, you just go be negative at your home. If you're negative, you're just negative because you have a problem. If you're negative, you're just negative just because you are so jealous. You know, it makes me wonder that some people never get good things to say about other people. They find it so good to always tarnish other people's name because they are being bankrolled. When A.M QAROL was saying there are people bankrolling them to speak negatively about him, and there is evidence, I've really opined, I've done such kind of video. When Mr. Fruits go to Matata, you're fighting for the money. These are the people who are bankrolling you. And what divided the negative gang was because Mr. Fruit decided to go the other side of the Coco Mama and the Black Demon. Then the squirrel and the carrot were left the other side, dangling, and they started causing mayhem just because of the money. We can trace more of the funds who are funding you going forward. This party was even so successful to the negative gang because they've made real money in terms of speaking negative about it and getting views, hence translating to money. The conspiracy theory. So to their point of view, where they want to sit and start spewing negativity, that the party was just negative, what was not good, these people are lying. They are not being genuine because now their pockets are aligned with the money created by negativity from this party. This is the reasons why I usually have problems with people. But in a nutshell, A.M QAROL has just proven them wrong. That A.M QAROL is not just an ordinary person. That A.M QAROL, whenever he calls shot, he believes in the cause until that cause shall have to happen. He won't relent. And he never relented, and he made sure it was successful 30 days flat. Maybe a little bit on the improvement was only on 2 occasions. It wasn't bad, but you know, it was the first party. We learned from it as we forecast ahead to improve the incoming party. I hear that it will be yearly, mostly on December. I'm of opinion if you reduce 1 week to be a 2-week maximum, but thorough, such that the whole magnitude and visitor shall be within from day 1 up to the last day. It will be so impactful, and the magnitude of it shall be felt across the continent and the universe. Number 2, it should be having activity within activity. Well planned. This one also well planned, but it was just like a research and a study, full of activity from early morning up to the evening, such that it is programmed and it's alternating from one activity to the other, with the classes, with the exercises, with the hiking around, such that when people get to work, people get to work. Guys, until this moment, I just wanted to notify you of the success, and I just wanted to speak this kind of an idea so that you get to know who is the problem, who is the liar. And you've just seen liars who are the problem and feeding people with gibberish. Until next time, this is Senior.